How to get a date in Mexico. Hi, broadcasting not live from Mazatlan, Mexico, I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. When I first moved to Puerto Vallarta 20 years ago, I thought I would get a lot of dates in bars. I spent a lot of time in bars and never got one date. Spent a lot of money. You have to remember one thing. You have to have your self-confidence. And you have to remember that for somebody on the planet, you are one step up from what they're coming from. Also, over the years, I had to develop the habit of turning on my green light, making myself mentally available and willing to let that other special person come into my life. The fact is, you never know what somebody else really likes, and that thing that they really like just might be you. Let's start out with this example. I met this beautiful woman from South Africa. She was hot. We started talking, we were having a good time. I asked her to go out to lunch with me. We went to lunch, we were having a great time, and we talked about all types of things, and I was kind of hitting on her. And she just came out and told me, she said, Bill, you're not my type. I'm looking for somebody that looks like that. Now, she was my age or maybe younger. I looked at what she was pointing at, and she was pointing at this really old white guy with gray hair that was kind of chubby. I looked at her and said, really? She looked back at me and smiled, and she says, really? About 2 weeks later, I was walking by this restaurant about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I looked in the restaurant, and there she was, sharing a meal with this old gray-haired, chubby white guy. So for me, way number one to getting a date in Mexico sometimes can just be hanging out. I was hanging out on my porch in Puerto Vallarta, and I saw this beautiful woman walk by about 30 times with her Doberman pinscher. One day I just stopped her and asked her out. That was the beginning of a very good relationship. Sometimes just hanging out and turning on your green light will make good things happen. Another example of just hanging out with my green light on, I was sitting on the Malecon looking at the ocean in Puerto Vallarta around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This beautiful woman came up and tapped me on the shoulder and asked me if she could join me. I was shocked. This woman was gorgeous. She was half my age. Ended up she was from Vancouver, Canada. We talked there on the Malecon for a while, and she asked me out. Ended up that she was into hiking through the forest, and she knew where this lovely waterfall was where we could swim in seclusion. It ended up that we went to this waterfall many a times. She would put on her bikini, we'd walk about 20 minutes to the waterfall, and there we had many magical moments. Please leave a comment, tell us what you think. And if you liked the video, click the like button. And why not share this video with your best friends? Click that share button. Another way to meet women in Mexico is just going to events. One time I heard that there was going to be a big Democratic convention. It was the day of the election, and people were going to get together and see if Obama was going to win the election. There were about 1,000 people there at this big restaurant right on the ocean, and there was only one beautiful woman in the room. It was a buffet, and I noticed that she seemed to be alone, so when she got up to get in line for the buffet, I followed her. We talked in the buffet line, we had things in common, so I asked her if I could join her. I joined her, and through the conversation, I got her email and her phone number. Ended up she was from Los Angeles, and she used to be a dancer on this Hollywood A-Go-Go TV show. We were together for about a year. We had a great time, but her father became very ill, and she had to leave Puerto Vallarta and go back to Los Angeles. So just being out there and having your green light on, or going to events and having your green light on, yes, that does work. I have used dating apps. That does work too. The problem with dating apps is that almost 99% of people that are out there looking for people, they don't use their real pictures. I've seen people, they have their high school pictures on there. I've seen people that put their daughters' pictures on there. I've seen it all. So my rule of thumb with a dating app date is you set the date at a coffee shop at 10 o'clock in the morning. That way you show up early, you don't spend hardly any money, and you can just look in the restaurant. If you don't like what you see, you can just turn around and walk out. We go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. People from all over the planet join in and we talk about the joys of living in Mexico. Click the subscribe button, click the bell, and you'll get a notification. Now, with technology today, you guys that are new to dating, you can do something that I couldn't do years ago. You can actually do a video conference with people. Yep, it's not hard. You can use Zoom for free. All you do is you set a time with this person that you've never really met, and then you just get together. You can see them, they can see you, and you can have a conversation. This method is great because you didn't have to go anywhere, you didn't spend any money, and if you don't like what you see or what you hear, you never have to see it or hear it ever again. This method will save you a lot of time, money, and stress. My final way to meet women, or if you're a woman, meeting a man, or if you're gay, meeting a man or a woman, whatever you do, another way is to start a Facebook group in the city that you live in Mexico, or become a YouTuber. You'll meet lots of people and you get to share people's intimate parts of their lives. You'll meet thousands of people. They'll be coming to you. This method really does work also. Trust me. So I said this at the beginning of the broadcast, but I'll say it again. Whoever you are, for someone out there on the planet, they are looking for you because you are a step up from what they know. Also, if you know you're looking for someone, get in the habit of turning your green light on so that you're telling yourself that you are available and you'll be looking for that special person that is also looking for you. Thank you very much for watching. We have many more videos to come. Click that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next video.